Oh no. Great. Welcome to the live stream. We might have a problem here because I have my live stream set up on my computer, my TV behind, and that's exactly what I don't want it to do. It might start playing. No, it's going to start playing. Hang on. Oh no. No, it's going to start playing. All right. I just had to unplug the Chromecast. Jeez, I don't even know why it showed up on my TV. But yeah, sorry guys. It's a miracle I'm even here. My body just collapsed on me. I had to rest. Too much stress. There's no way my body's gonna heal with all of the stress, but I made a commitment to YouTube, so I'm gonna keep committing to that. But yeah, sorry. The live stream was supposed to start about 2 hours ago, and then my body just got too stressed. I'm back to having neck issues, which is wonderful. It's the gift that keeps on gifting, this situation. And it's funny because I dropped my son off to a birthday party today, and the lady's like, yeah, I remember last year you were like dealing with the car accident stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm still dealing with it. This is why I haven't socialized in 2 years or connect with people at all. But it's okay. I'm trying to push through it. But I'm just trying not to be all down and depressing. But this is what depression looks like. People might think, oh, she's doing well. She's uploading daily. Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not in a good situation. But I don't know. You just got to do something. Are you going to wallow in your misery, or you're going to try to make something out of it? So it is what it is. But I'm hoping this live stream is a good one in terms of I don't have internet connection issues, but I think everything's good. I restarted my router and everything. So yeah, I'm in my son's room. I'll probably be sleeping here tonight because he's at his grandparents' house. And his room has good energy because he's a good energy kid. So I'm with one of 30 stuffies. There's a basket full of stuffies here. I don't know, but it's cool. I'll let him be a kid. But hey, welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, girl. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I enjoy your vlogs. I have a lot of time when I'm not shopping, cooking, and eating. I feel you. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to get back to vlogging. I really am. Right now, I'm just trying to figure everything out. So I went to the gym, and as you guys know, I've been getting training by Marcella, and I was doing squat exercises that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I thought I was fine because in my head, I'm like, okay, we should be getting better with the knees. And I was doing Zercher squats, which are just like you put a bar in front of you with a plate elevated. And I was doing them wrong, apparently, and my knees just flared up. I was doing it wrong for probably a good 3 weeks. And my knees completely flared up. I'm wearing underwear, but still, I don't want to expose myself there. And my knees completely flared up. So that got me completely pissed off and upset. So then I kind of panicked and I signed up for training at Good Life. And now I'm regretting doing that because the girl wants to tie me into a 6-month contract because my chiropractor convinced me. Because he's like, yeah, it might be better to get personal training one-on-one. I'm like, okay. And then I went and signed up, and I was thinking of certain personal trainers to work with, but I go there, and the one girl's like, yeah, you can do like a six session package, and then maybe you can add like a couple on. But she's like, I don't know if certain trainers will work with that, but like some will. I'm like, okay, great. This is just a money thing. Because I'm like, I just need help with form. Like, why can't I not buy like the one session and buy as many as I want and like kind of work with them? That's what I wanted to do. But they wanted to tie me into like a 6-month, 12-month little personal training thing. And I'm like, oh my God, this is why I don't do this. This is why I figure things out for myself. Marcella is an awesome personal trainer, but I need someone in person right now because my form is off. And that's what my chiropractor was saying. My body is not moving the same way that it used to move. Because when you have muscle imbalances and injuries, your body doesn't move like how it used to. Like, I'm the queen of form. Form was everything to me. But when you have like this muscle overcompensating for this muscle because there's, an injury there, and then you got your hip overworking for your glutes because your glutes are not activating, and then this is not activating properly. So I got a bunch of muscle imbalances. I'm not moving properly. So right now I'm like in a pickle, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do. And now like I'm working with the trainer that I signed up with the gym with, but it's like I don't like, she's awesome and stuff. But like I was talking to my neighbor about this, and she's like, make sure you get to choose the trainer you want to work with. And I wanted to choose, I wanted to look over the profiles, but she wants to set me up with this guy and this guy. And I remember Michelle McDaniel's video. She talked about how when she used to work at LA Fitness, she says the managers basically they give people new clients. And like, I just don't want to be paired with anyone. I have one physiotherapist who's like, yeah, I don't think the trainers at Good Life are good. They're just like, whatever. And then my chiropractor's like, yeah, go and try and, set something up. She's like, yeah, it's better to go online. And I'm like, oh my God, what do? I just need help with my form. That is all. I just need someone to help watch my form because I'm moving in the wrong way, just with lower body exercises, and of course upper body too for a bit, but I'm good on the upper body part. So I'm trying to deal with all of that, but yes. So yeah, I screwed up my body at the gym. My knees are flaring up. I talked to my doctor today and I got really discouraged because I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. It's been 2 years. Like, come on, guys. Like, do you guys want me to lose my mind? Because I'm on the verge too. It's really frustrating. It's like, I'm doing everything, everything, and they're still flaring up. So I had to dial back on my workouts and stuff. So I'm a little bit discouraged there, but he's like the doctor really wants to help me. So I'm going to work with him. And he's like, yeah, if you want to continue. I'm like, yeah, we'll try. He's like, I have a hunch because I'm going to go pay for an MRI for my hip just to see what's going on. Because the hip and the knee are related. Like, this accident shifted my body on multiple ways. Apparently I have a rib that's out of place too. My chiropractor's trying to push it back. Keeps popping up. So yeah, I'm dealing with a lot. I'm this close to going to the pain clinic. I don't want to because there's a lot of crooked doctors that will just prescribe controlled substances. And literally I've been trying to avoid that. But like right now, I don't know, but I'm trying to have like an open spirit about it, but it's really hard. So I'm trying to see what I can control. I'm thinking of going back on OMAD for a bit. I don't know. We'll see, because I realized that I can actually have creatine on OMAD. Apparently, I'm going to buy a blood glucose monitor and I'll start doing that again so I can see what spikes my blood sugar. I need to do that because I need to probably go on a low inflammatory diet again. And keto OMAD's where I felt the best. However, the energy was dying because of my workouts. So I'm thinking of either doing like a method of like, how I told you guys how you can do it, where you can like make OMAD work for you. You can combine it with like different styles of intermittent fasting. Like, I can do a 2MAD on certain days that I like need the energy, or I can do OMAD like 5 days out of the week and, eat normally throughout the 2. But I think it's time that I make a return to keto. And I was researching a bodybuilder keto diet. Yes, it exists. So bodybuilder keto diet is essentially that you are having a gram of protein per lean body mass. So, or your ideal body weight. So I will have 1 gram per pound, 1 gram per pound, or 1.2 grams. Carbs are under 50. And then fats are pretty high. They say fats should be, I believe, should be around the body weight you're at right now. I'm thinking of doing that just to see, because I need to bring down the inflammation, or I can just stick to what I was doing with Marcella. But I've been struggling with that because of all the chaos that's going on. But literally, I'm not giving up, but I'm like teetering on the verge, like back and forth. Like, it's amazing that I'm even on this live stream right now, but I just want to be healthy. Anyway, I'm just going to look at the chat quickly. Hey, Julie, glad to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Appreciate you just being here, supporting me. And it means a lot because I'm going through a lot. Oh, hey, Mo. I remember you. How are you doing? You're the one who says stuff your face with vegetables, which is something I'm not doing enough of, which is what Marcella was telling me. She's like, I want you to get more fiber in. I want you to eat more vegetables. I'm eating too many protein bars. I'm depending too much on the protein shakes. So I think it's going to be time to just focus more on real food and getting in my protein with like turkey slices and edamame and stuff like that, as opposed to eating the protein shakes, because apparently it can make you bloated. So if that's true, we don't want that. But hey, Mo, I'm so glad you're still here. Welcome. Hey, girl, finally made it live. Welcome, Simone. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. I'm so glad you're here. You're another one. Thank you so much for your consistent support and being here and just showing up. It means the world to me. Like it's been a lot. So it's pretty cool to know that I have some sort of a purpose because I've been struggling with that. Yeah, I'm a mother, but it's like, with the depression brain, you're like, well, maybe your son will be like better off, if you're like, that's stupid stuff. I know, but like, it's just, I need a purpose in life right now because I feel like I've been stuck in healing mode and I just don't want to be broken anymore. I just want my body back. I want everything back, but I'm growing this channel throughout it all. So I guess it's cool. I guess I'm trying to be happy about it, but I appreciate you being here. Please click the like button. Thank you so much, Julie. Yes, please smash that like button as it's going to help get my videos out to more people. And I just really, want to help people. I'm the kind of person when you're in pain, or not when you're in pain, but I'm the kind of person that feels like we should be uplifting each other. There's too many crappy people in this world. Too many people who are just obsessed with money, obsessed with the dollar. Like, for example, I used to listen to Eddie Pinero. I loved his content. But on Spotify, he started putting ads on them. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because Spotify is where I listen to his contact. He puts a bunch of ads on them. I'm like, I'm already paying premium. Why are there ads? And it's completely ruining the flow of his artwork. And I'm like, I can't listen to him anymore. It's like, I get it. You're an entrepreneur. You're trying to make more money. But like, come on, you're at a pretty good place. You didn't have to throw in ads and ruin everything. So it's like these money hungry people, like you can be money hungry, but you can do it in a way that's just not like stupid. Like, I don't get it. I understand the hustle. Trust me, I'm all about the hustle, but I'm also about paying it forward and giving good to other people. Like Mr. Beast, he's like the perfect example. Like, look at him. That's why he is where he is, because he pays it forward. Like, he started the concept of giving away his earnings. His mom thought he was crazy, but giving away money to people to help people. He's done so many good. He's got Mr. Beast philanthropy. He just did a bunch of opened up a bunch of clean water wells in Africa, like paying it forward with the wealth he's made. Like, I love him. He's like not flashy about it. Like, he was young when he made a lot of money. He was like, yeah, I used to get Lamborghinis, and he was like, they don't do anything for me. So now he just lives off of a Lincoln Navigator and just has like a normal kind of, not normal, but like people like that just give me hope in humanity. It's just the people who get sucked up in like, oh, I need to make all of this money. They're obviously missing something on the inside. They're overcompensating something because there's lack in other areas of their lives. Maybe it'd be a relationship, a family. It's always an internal struggle. Like, I'm not one to judge. I have my own struggles going on, but like, I don't know. I see it as we're put on this earth to help make ourselves better. That's what we're here for, is to help heal ourselves and learn whatever lessons we need to learn here on earth. And by doing that, we're helping other people do the same. Because when someone else sees that that person's making an effort to change their life, it's going to inspire them just by default to make them make an effort to change their life. And it just magnifies and magnifies. But yeah, I was talking to someone about that today on Instagram very quickly. She was sharing a story about someone. He was a YouTuber actually, and he was coming into her pet value that she owns, and he kept donating things for the animals, and she wanted to meet him. And they had this goal they needed to reach for an animal that needed surgery. It was like $6,500. And he's like, wait a second. He runs to his car and he grabs like $800 in cash, and it gets them closer to his goal. I'm like, that's like a good person, just gives. gives. And I was talking to her and I was like, she's like, I love good people. I'm like, me too. Me too. There's just so much, like, everyone's so caught up in the glitz and the glam and the this and the that and trying to, Valentine's Day is the worst for that. Oh my God. Like, shut up. With all of, like, there's some people I know their relationships are genuine. Like, they've been together for 17 years, have their ups and downs. And then it's all the Instagram, like, nonsense. But anyway, I'm going down a weird rabbit hole right now. Simone says, I truly hope things get better for you. Sending you love and prayers. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I've been focusing more on like listening to Esther Hicks or Abraham Hicks and trying to like manifest. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to just go back to God. Because all this stuff is just making me feel like I'm trying so hard. It's just not working. I'm trying and I'm like trying, but my energy's off because, I'm trying to change my old self, breaking the habit of being yourself. Maybe I'll just let go and let God and give the burden to him because I'm just done. I can't carry it anymore. It's just too much. Thanks. Maybe a massage therapist can help. I am seeing a lot of people. That's why I'm getting defeated. I'm seeing a psychologist twice a month. I see my psychologist my massage therapist weekly. Weekly, she's been helping me. I see my chiropractor. Now it's going to be weekly because I need him to help fix my freaking rib. He says ribs are very finicky. I see my physiotherapist bi-weekly. Like, I'm doing a lot. It's not like I'm just sitting at home and doing nothing. And then I'm exercising. I didn't go to the gym today because I was running around with my son, getting him to a birthday party. But like, it gets discouraging when you put in all of the effort. You do your physio exercises, you go see the physiotherapist. I'm seeing 2 doctors now that are going to be injecting me. I got one I'm going to be seeing on next week. He's going to start injecting my neck. I used to see my other doctor that gave me Botox. I might like message her or call her clinic and see if she can give me Botox again because I can't deal with headaches, but I'm doing the most. So that's why it's kind of discouraging when you're doing the most, but you're still going through the struggle. So you think like there's something wrong with you or whatnot. And the doctor's like, no, he's like, it's not you. I don't want you beating yourself up about this. It's fine. We're going to figure it out. So yeah, but it's okay. Hey, Wellness with Fuga Mama. Welcome to the live stream. So glad to have you here. Okay, enough about me and my issues. Let's jump into the live stream. So before I started this live stream, I made sure to restart my router, restart my computer, so I didn't have those connection issues. So we're going to talk about thinking about starting about OMAD. Well, here's what you need to know. This is the part 2 of this. I had a bunch of questions and I couldn't get through with it last time. So yeah, so with OMAD, this is what you need to know. Number 1, it's important to keep yourself busy. It is easier to eat a 1 meal a day fasting schedule when you are busy. I know this from experience. When I did OMAD, I wasn't busy. I wasn't working out. I wasn't doing anything, but I was recovering from my car accident. So I was like literally delusional, sleeping all the time because my head was messed up. So I guess that was me kind of doing something healing, but it is harder to, if you're healthy and you don't have to deal with anything, it is harder to do it if you're at home doing nothing. So keep yourself busy with OMAD. That's like the easiest like thing you can do. It's easy to do it at work. I remember doing extended fasts when I worked in customer service at the liquor store back in Ontario. I remember doing a 3-day fast and it went by quickly because I would be standing, processing the spirits, wine, booze, and what have you, and go home, and it just went by pretty quick. So yeah, make sure you're keeping yourself busy. Another thing you should know with OMAD, when you first start off, that you can expect to get headaches. However, you can take an Advil or Tylenol. You're allowed to take those medications while doing OMAD. And I say those because I don't want to say, I don't know what medication someone may be on. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert. Certain medication you need to take with food. But with Advil and Tylenol, you have a headache, take it. And the headaches, even when I do an extended fast, the headaches always happen like around the 18 to 20 hour, 22, 23 hour mark. So just take an Advil to avoid the headaches. drink water, and trust me, the headaches will disappear. For me, they disappeared after the first couple of days. And the headaches is just your body adapting to the new way of fasting. So yes, to avoid the headaches though, you do get a headache, take an Advil, drink tons of water, that's key. And make sure you're getting in your electrolytes, because electrolytes are going to avoid you from having headaches, having muscle cramps, and having fatigue. Again, I'm in love with Element. I would recommend getting Element or any other electrolyte brand that has pure electrolytes. You want to take electrolytes with no stevia in it. You have to be basically, what do you call it? Label smart. So you have to be able to learn how to read your labels properly. This is key. So you need to read the label and make sure there are no artificial sweeteners. It should say sodium, potassium, or magnesium, or some kind of element, electrolyte element. What's another one? Sodium bicarbonate, that's baking soda. Calcium is fine. Any of that. So yes, you want to make sure you're taking that to avoid the headaches. Another thing that you should expect while eating one meal a day with OMAD. Let me talk about keto OMAD quickly. I'm not doing enough videos on keto OMAD, even though that's like the OMAD that literally where the weight loss really happened. I think I mentioned this. I can't remember. I think it was in the last live stream, but I had to re-edit it. Every time I lost 12 pounds a month, which was the max amount of weight loss I could lose in a month based on my body, it was always with keto OMAD. That's where I saw the most amount of weight loss. So month 1, I lost 12 pounds with keto OMAD. I made the mistake in an earlier live stream saying I lost 8. No, it was actually 12. And that was me screwing up. I actually binged for 4 days or 4 to 5 days during that month because I was struggling. And I still lost 12 pounds pretty quickly. So what happened is, like, I screwed up the first week. I screwed up. Second week I screwed up. Then I was perfect. And that first couple of weeks I did lose a bit of weight. But when I was perfect for the 2 weeks, that's when I lost like probably the majority of the weight. So with keto OMAD, what you should expect when doing that, you will be going to the bathroom a lot. It just happens. I think maybe with regular OMAD too, you might, but definitely with keto OMAD, you're going to be dropping water like crazy, because basically with keto OMAD, you're constantly in that metabolic switch. So when you fast for 10 hours, you produce ketones. Fast for like 17, it's in your blood. So when you eat like a keto meal, it just prolongs you in that fasting state. So when you're in that fasting metabolic switch state, the process of literally burning fat is a process that involves water. I believe triglycerides are burnt through hydrolysis. So it's a chemical process that includes the catabolic breakdown of fat. So basically water is involved. So you're going to be going to the bathroom a lot. So expect that. It's normal. Another thing that you should expect while doing for both OMADs, when you take your electrolytes, or if you're just, this might be a symptom that might happen, you might go to the bathroom and have the runs, if you know what I mean. I don't want to get too graphic. That's normal, and that's a good thing. It's just your intestines clearing itself out. That can happen sometimes when you have salt. So basically, if you have too much salt, you have to play it out. Like, there's no number for everyone that's perfect, but you have to figure it out on your own. That's why I like getting the Element package, because it gives you like an amount for each. Because I know one pack has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Is it 200 or 300 milligrams of potassium, and about 50 or 100 milligrams of magnesium in Element, which are like the perfect electrolyte amounts. But you have to figure it out, like taking how much you need throughout the day. But if you take too much, like if you do it like the way I showed you in my video, like you make your own electrolytes and you just put in a heaping teaspoon of salt or tablespoon of salt. Like I never really weighed out my electrolytes. I just kind of did it by feel and taste. And if I would drink it and I went to the bathroom and I had, the runs, then okay, that's too much salt. So guess what you do? Drink water. Drink tons of water and rehydrate yourself. So you got to make sure when you have your electrolytes, you should have it first thing in the morning. and then have a cup of water. If you have a cup of water because you're thirsty, that's fine. Just listen to your body. But you want to make sure with your electrolytes, you are having water on top of your electrolytes. So you're obviously mixing your electrolytes with water. So then you got a cup of salt water, and then you got a normal cup of water. It's better to hydrate yourself with non-sparkling water. You use sparkling water as a tool to help you feel full. But I find that my thirst isn't really quenched. Is that the word? Quenched with sparkling water. It's better with straight water. But yeah, sparkling water is just like a tool for that. Fugo Mama says, yes. What flavor of element do you recommend or do you like, I should say? Okay. If you are fasting, you need to get the regular no flavor added element because the other ones have stevia in it. Now, if you are not fasting and you're taking element like after your workout, which is a good time to take because I like taking it because it helps to crush your hunger. My favorite one right now, I'm just learning them, but there's the mango one. I really like the mango one. So good. Mixed in with what did I mix it in with? Oh, I mixed it in with Crystal Light. So good. Oh, and there was another one. I can't remember which one, but I also mixed it in the morning with my apple cider vinegar and squeezed lemon. If you want a perfect gut health drink, do that. Let me get the flavor. I'm going to go on Amazon. I buy it on Amazon. I don't buy it on the website. I should because I just want those particular flavor. And Amazon gives me the starter pack. So I'm just going to go look quickly and get you the exact name of the flavor. I bought two. It's like $20 for like, I haven't tried the chocolate one yet. It doesn't appeal to me. Okay, here it is. Oh, mango chili. Mango chili with some apple cider vinegar and squeezed lemon and cayenne pepper in a cup. So good. I did that one morning. I was like, wow, this is a great way to start my morning because I get the citrusy and I use it as my gut like check drink. So I take the apple cider vinegar and the lemon water with my probiotic to help my gut health. It's important to do that because, again, your gut is so important. It plays a major role. And when I say your gut microbiome plays a major role in weight loss, in basically all the metabolic processes of our cell. Whoever knew that? But yeah, that mango chili is really good. Grapefruit is really good. Watermelon's okay. Raspberry was good. Citrus salt is okay. Yeah, the raw unflavored. Why is my phone? Oh. My watch is telling me to meditate. I'm just passionate right now. I'm doing a live stream. Orange salt, it's okay. I still haven't tried the chocolate. I kind of left it there. But that mango chili and raspberry, which I normally don't like raspberry salt, but I mix that in. Oh, so good. And I like Element because it's a good thing to have in between your meals if you're eating throughout the day. But with general fasting here, doing OMAD or any fast, get the raw unfiltered one because the other ones unfortunately have stevia. Oh, I have the okay, so it's 100 milligrams of sodium. Sorry, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. That is the ratio for Element. When I tell people to make their electrolyte drink, I do a 2-to-1 ratio. So 2-to-1, always sodium more than potassium. You don't want to use potassium more because that's like the ratio of it in our cells. It's like a whole like biological process thing, like osmosis and whatnot. You need sodium more, but you need a bit of potassium on there. But yeah, no, so good. So good. Do you have an Amazon storefront? I feel like I should get one. Should I? I wonder if I should get one. No, I don't. This is probably something I should do. I was criticizing the entrepreneurs for being way too money hungry, but there are some things I need to probably get one. I would like to get one because I do get a lot of things on Amazon. No, I don't, but it's something I should look into. There's a lot of things I want to look into. There's a lot of things I want to like put into my whole like presence here. I want to get a website and get all that stuff rolling. Like it's really something I want to do. I just got to get to it, but I gotta get my ducks in the row, as the lady said at the clinic, because I'm like, yeah, I just want to move out and live on my own. She knows exactly what I'm going through. And she's like, it will happen in time. It will. Because I have my neighbor helping me out, get me into an industry here where I can potentially work from home, but I have to study and get a test done, which I can do it. My brain's back. Thank God. My brain's back. What's causing concussion symptoms is the shoulder. But anyway, no, I don't, but I want to. Oh, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Fugo Mama. Are you thinking of ordering it? Amazon doesn't give you too many options to order Element. Like, there's also other electrolyte stuff too. Like, because Element, it is pricey. It was like $60 for like a big thing. But just, you don't really have, like, I like, when it comes to weight loss, I like to make things convenient. Trust me, when I'm in a position, I'm probably be ordering all my food from Just Bite Me Meals, which is the meal prep service I found here in Calgary. I just like to make things easier. It's easier to do that. Like, we make things easier to put on weight. You know, we order Uber Eats and all of that. Why don't we make things easier to, you know, stay healthy? But I do like meal prep services. But yeah, no, Amazon doesn't really, they just give you random flavor options. I think the website is like the best way to go, and I definitely want to do that. It'll be easier for you lovely Americans because Element is American. I just hate paying for shipping. It's a pain in the butt. But yes, exactly. We want to make things easier for ourselves as much as possible. So I like having the Element packages. All right, next one. Things you should know. Hunger will be difficult at first, but once you get past the 3-week mark, it gets easier. It gets easier with hunger. So yes, the first day will be the roughest. The first day is always the roughest if you do an extended fast or any transition into any diet. If you're eating like crap and you jump into the first day, it can be rough. But with hunger, with intermittent fasting, time restricted eating, it is honestly, it gets easier. It gets easier over time. And then, like, as opposed to getting hungry at noon, you start to get hungry like an hour or 2 to 3 hours before you break your fast. That's why I recommend going to the gym. If you can't go to the gym that time, it's fine. These are just recommendations to make OMAD easier. If you can't go to the gym, that's fine. Just keep yourself busy 2 to 3 hours before breaking your fast. And also, another thing you need to know, you don't have to go to the gym fasted. That's not necessary unless you're doing 23-1 OMAD. If you are doing 24 more OMAD, which I highly recommend everyone do, I think the best methods of OMAD is 20 hours to 22 hours of fasting. And here's why. Someone graciously mentioned this. This person mentioned this comment. They dropped a comment on my video and they were talking about Ramadan. And in their culture, they do fasting from sundown, or is it till morning till sundown, and they eat in the evening. And they said, do not try to eat your food too fast. And this is literally hundreds of years of culture. So I honestly believe it. And it made sense because it happened to me. Do not eat your food too fast because you'll shock your system and then you'll raise your blood pressure and you'll get nauseous and feel like crap. So what this person stated, they said to eat dates. I wouldn't recommend eating dates, but maybe for them it's like different because Ramadan, they're doing it for cultural reasons. It's not for weight loss. For weight loss, I wouldn't recommend eating dates because that will spike your blood sugar. But this person basically said, have a small meal and then wait 15 minutes. Like, have something small, wait 15 minutes, wait for your body to adjust. Like, oh, there's food. Hello, let's get out of the fasted state and let's start, switching things over. Give your body that chance to do it and then eat. I was given poor advice to to eat as much as possible, like eat very quickly within a short eating window. And I remember specifically on a video when I was told this advice, I remember saying it on my vlog. I'm like, I don't like doing it this way because I just feel uncomfortable and full and nauseated and sick. And I remember someone commented and it's like, well, why are you doing it? Why are you listening to this coach if you should trust your gut? But I was messed up back then and my brain wasn't working properly. My brain is back. Thank you, Jesus. And I don't recommend doing that. Like, I do say the shorter your eating window, the less calories you will eat. But I think if you do an hour, like 23-1 OMAD, you eat for 15 minutes, wait a bit, no, sorry, you eat quickly, wait, not quickly. You have a small snack, wait for 15 minutes, and then eat, you'll still be fine because you're having a gap in between the meal. Now, going back to what I was saying, what you guys should know for beginners here with OMAD, there are two versions of it. Real OMAD, according to Dr. Mindy Pelz, is fasting for 24 hours and eating after a 24-hour fast within an hour eating window. Other definitions of OMAD is 23-1, fasting for 23 hours and eating in an hour eating window. Now, I've done all versions of OMAD. There's 24 or more, which is what I like to call fasting for 20 hours and eating in a 4-hour eating window. I say 24 or more because it could be 20 hours or 21, 22. I think giving yourself minimum 2 hours to eat your meal, and when I say meal, it means eating your calories within that eating window. Because someone asked me today, do I count my calories on OMAD? Yes. All this OMAD thing is, it's a form of time restricted eating. Instead of eating your calories throughout the day, so let's say you want to lose some weight. You go on a calculator, it calculates your weight loss calories. Or you go on MyFitnessPal and it gives you your weight loss calories, meaning the calories you need to lose to eat X amount of pounds in a week. Let's throw out a number. Let's say it's 1,500. Instead of eating that 1,500 throughout the day, you're just compressing it into a small eating window. And studies have shown that you will become more successful with weight loss when you do it this way, because you're taking advantage of the metabolic switching and the advantages that happens when you compress your eating window. People tend to lose weight better. Like if you take someone who eats their food in like a 2-hour eating window as opposed to someone who eats it all day, the person that eats it in the smaller eating window, same amount of calories, will lose more weight than the other person. But people are like, oh, it's a calorie game. It doesn't matter when you eat your calories. It's calories in, calories out. If it didn't matter, then why do we see people dropping copious amounts of pounds by eating in an OMAD style of eating instead of the other way? If they're, compressing, like eating throughout the day. There's a science behind it, and the more and more people are talking about it. Because the fasting puts you in a state of fat burning. It puts your body in a state where it is going after that deep storage fat. You're getting your hormones corrected. You're getting autophagy fix. And the thing is with OMAD, I like it because it's a happy medium between fasting and eating. You're eventually going to eat during the day, so that's going to motivate you, as opposed to something like ADF where you got to wait the next day. I'm not knocking ADF. I do think ADF is awesome and it does work. However, I'm a more OMAD person because I like to work out. Speaking of which, did I mention that you can work out within your eating window? So if you're at work and you don't have time to work out and you can't work out 2 to 3 hours before breaking your fast, so what you do is still have your gym bag in the car and maybe have a snack in your car. Maybe like what snack would it be? Because you want to break your fast properly. I don't want to say a protein bar, but a protein bar could work. It could work because it technically does have protein in it, so it's gonna like not spike your blood sugar too crazy. You have a protein bar, you can just set up like a little small meal or run home and have a meal very quickly, like a small meal, and then go to the gym. And then come back, use the rest of your calories. You can do OMAD in that way too, if you need to. So there's that. Next thing I want to talk about, I'm just making sure I'm not exposing myself because I have my legs open. You should eat your meal at the same time every day. This is key because weight loss is redundant. Everything should be boring. And that's something I need to apply to my journey right now. It should be boring. So eating your meal at the same time every day is easier in terms of adherence, meaning that it makes it easier for you to stick to the diet. So when I was on a roll with keto OMAD or OMAD in general, I was always breaking my fast at 6 and I would be in bed by 9. So I would break my fast 2 to 3 hours before bed. I would be preparing that meal at 5, take an hour to prepare that meal because I wanted the meal fresh. If I'm going to eat OMAD, I want the meal fresh. You can do whatever works for you. It's about making OMAD works for you. That's the key. You want to make OMAD work for you. So have my meal, prepare it, eat at 6, probably be done 6:30, usually 6:30, 6:45. And then I would clean up, walk around, have a nice big cup of lavender moon milk tea. Yeah, I would have that outside my eating window. It was fine. So lavender moon milk tea was just a tea I bought at the store. It helped to soothe my stomach. It was like a powder tea and I mixed it with almond milk. It wasn't a big deal. Having bone broth too afterwards, if you're doing keto OMAD, like some kind of hot liquid just to help your body digest. And then after that, I would be done. It'd be about 8 o'clock or so, 8:30, and then I would go to bed. And it's best to do it in the same routine like that. And that is the best time to have your OMAD meal 2 to 3 hours before going to bed, because it's going to prevent you from overeating. That's the reason why. I know scientifically it says it's best to have your meal. They say breakfast to breakfast OMAD is the best thing metabolically, but I still lost weight with doing it in the evening, like because you're more insulin sensitive in the morning. And if you eat in the morning, you burn off those calories throughout the day. But if you look at it for evening OMAD, you do the same thing. You fall asleep and you're not eating in the morning, and then you're burning off those calories throughout the day. So I think it's best to do it like that. It's very hard to do breakfast to breakfast OMAD. Some people can do it. I know I'll end up eating and I won't be able to stick to it. So I like the evening OMAD the best. Ooh, we don't want to delete that. Another thing I want to say, OMAD isn't for everybody. So if the diet isn't working for you, don't try to make it work. Just, you have to have discernment here. OMAD worked for me, so I'm saying it worked for me, and it has worked for other people. You got to see what diet works for you. Also, it's important to make OMAD work for you. You don't have to do OMAD every day to see results. Like my month one of, I'm sorry, I'm talking weird, my month one of doing OMAD, when I went down 229 pounds to 218 pounds, I did not do OMAD daily because I screwed up. And I still lost the 12 pounds. So you can still make OMAD work. Like I said, a good way, I like combining it with 2MAD. 2MAD is probably going to be a method I'm going to use to cut. I like 2MAD because it gives you your fuel for your workout. If you work out first thing in the morning, that is such a great thing to do, especially if you're working a job. Oh my God. So let's say you're like, because after OMAD, you do it for a while, you start to run out of energy. It will happen. When did that start happening for me? I would say the second, the third month when I started getting leaner and leaner. Like after a good 30-pound loss, 30 to 40-pound loss, you will start feeling fatigue. So instead of powering through like I did, which I probably shouldn't have because I was injured and all that, still injured, probably would have made my life a lot easier. But, go hard or go home. That's me. You can throw in a 2MAD to give you extra energy. And I explained it in that video. You can do 2MAD in 2 ways. You can have a keto 2MAD, eating between 400 and 600 calories, or a carb 2MAD. Carb 2MAD, I would do the carb if you feel like you're getting symptoms of electrolyte dropping. So if you're getting headaches and you're getting muscle cramps and you think the fatigue's really bad, do carbs. Why? Because if you do carbs in the morning and you salt your meal, please make sure you're salting your meal. That's key with sodium and potassium. When you salt your meal, carbs help you to retain water more. So when you're retaining water more, you're retaining electrolytes. But don't worry, that water will drop when evening comes. You can do keto, just if you want to keep yourself in a state of ketosis. Do keto, so you're like literally in the fasted state. And do it first thing in the morning, go to the gym, work out, and then go to work. Like that, like when I start working, I'm knock on wood, I'm manifesting doing this full time. But if I have to work for a bit, that's how my routine's going to be. I'm definitely going to, depending on how things are going. But yeah, it's going to have to be like that because if I'm working, I'm not going to have time to eat. So I'm definitely going to wake up first thing in the morning, eat, and then go to the gym. That's key. When I work, I have to go to the gym in the morning. You can't, like, again, you got to make it work for you. When I was younger, I used to go to the gym after work. It worked for me. Sometimes people have to do it after. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing the same thing daily because we want to hack our minds. This is all about habits, right? You want to make it easy. And we just want to replace those quote unquote unhealthy habits like ordering food, eating out of control with other healthy habits. So you just you want to be repetitive with everything, repetitive with your workout time, repetitive with your rest days. But of course, you don't want to have some flexibility. If you need an extra rest day from the gym, take it. Please take it. But like have some discernment there. But yeah, that's important. Sorry, I'm really thirsty right now. I'm not drinking enough water. Mm-hmm. All right, so working out, 2MAD. But yeah, you can throw in a 2MAD. That was my point. I do like 2MAD for that. Or you can do a less than 20-hour fast. I wouldn't recommend going 16. The lowest I would recommend going is 18. But again, you got to feel it out for yourself. Ooh. Yeah, I was saying that. You don't have to do OMAD every day to see results. So that's another thing. You can do a 5-2 OMAD. So you can literally do the fast, what is it called? The fast diet. So that's the 5-2 diet. But with OMAD, you can literally do that. So the 5-2 diet, I believe, it is OMAD, but you're eating 800 calories for 5 days of the week. Is it OMAD? No, it's not. Not technically. So it's Michael Mosley's diet. And it was called the 5-2 diet. It used to be 500 calories, but it's like 800 calories now because he thought it was easier for people to adhere to. And this is a short-term diet. Now, mind you, I don't think you can eat OMAD forever too. That's another thing. You got to learn how to transition off of it. We're just using OMAD as a tool to teach us how to properly eat. We're just using OMAD as a tool to help correct our metabolic imbalances, to help, heal our mitochondria, to help get our blood sugar stabilized. Because when our blood sugar isn't stabilized, that's where the problem rises. That's why we can't stick to any diet, right? Like those spikes going up and down. I've got to order that. I'm going to order my glucose monitor because I need to figure out what's going on with my blood sugar. I don't know if I just need to know what's going on because of this inflammation. It's driving me insane. But yeah, 5-2 diet. So you can do that with OMAD. So Michael Mosley's diet is like 5 days of the week. You eat 5 to 800 calories. He says throughout the day. It's obviously easier to do that with OMAD. And then on the weekend, you eat at maintenance. So you can do an OMAD version of that, just fasting for OMAD 5 days out of the week. And then on the weekend, I don't want to say eating. You could eat at maintenance. Yeah, you could get away with eating at maintenance. But honestly, you only want to do these little tips and tricks after you've been consistent with OMAD for 90 days. Let's just say that. If you are consistent with OMAD for 90 days, that's when you can throw in these little tools. You don't want to be throwing in these little tools in the beginning because it's going to knock you out. That's something I should mention. I didn't throw in any like alternative ways of fasting with OMAD until I got a consistent rhythm with OMAD. I think a good 3 months of a consistent rhythm is good enough. And then that's when things will start to get depleted. So that's when you want to throw in these tools. But be consistent with it for the longest time. And then throw in these tools just to help you get the edge of it, if I'm making sense. Because it's easier when you're starting a diet to just do it and not go in and out of it. Because you're not going to be able to link in and form those habits. I strongly believe they say it takes 21 days to create a habit. I think 90 days is when that habit really gets ingrained. I think a good 90 day of anything consistently will change the neural circuits in your mind and allow you to make proper changes to your desired goal. So I would say just do OMAD properly for 3 months and then throw in these other tools. Like if you're able to do it and not get off track, that's fine. Again, you have to make it work for you. But if you're someone who is like me, who was really struggling, and I mean like really struggling, the eyes. Sorry, I just looked at the camera. Really struggling, like they were out of control with binging. Their blood sugar was all over the place. They're going to Dairy Queen and grabbing, Dairy Queen. Ugh. Has anyone eaten any of those cakes at Dairy Queen? I looked at the calorie count and the sugar count and I was like, hell no, never. Like someone wanted to get it for my son for like his birthday. I'm like, no. The sugar in that is mind blowing. And not only that, they combine the sugar with fat. When you combine sugar with fat, that is what causes people to get sick. Ugh. That thing is so much sugar. But anyway, I was going to Dairy Queen and getting their little Frosties, their cookie dough Frosties. Yeah, that messed me up so much, like so much. So I was coming from a place of metabolic hell, okay? That's why I couldn't control things. That's why I was always hungry all the time. So that's why I think it's best to do OMAD the way I'm saying it. And that's why I think OMAD helped me crush my binge eating struggles, because literally I wasn't hungry after eating that big meal, or that big amount of calories within that small eating window. Because again, that fasting also shrinks your stomach. Like I remember when I was a kid, when I was too busy to eat, and then I would go eat after not eating for a long time, and then my stomach would like be cramping and it would shock me because I'd probably eat something I'm not supposed to eat. That's because my stomach was like in a state of probably fasting and shrinking. So with OMAD, the same thing's happening. That's why we want to break our fast with like foods that won't shock our system too much. So I always say start breaking off your fast with like meat, like a fatty cut of meat or some vegetables. Just going easy into it and taking your time. But yeah, so there's that. Oh, low carb or keto OMAD will be better at crushing hunger. I'm telling you, it's just better at crushing hunger. If you do low carb keto OMAD, it will just crush your hunger better. It's just, I don't make the rules, it just happens. And it makes sense because when you're in ketosis, ketones, when they're produced in the body, they go to the hypothalamus in the brain because our brain uses the ketone as energy. And they tell the hypothalamus of our brain to shut off hunger hormones. That's why keto OMAD's wild. Like when I was looking at the keto bodybuilding diet, they kept emphasizing, make sure you're eating enough because it's easy not to eat enough on keto when you do it right. Even with the high protein, high fat keto they're talking about. I'm considering doing that bodybuilder keto. To be fair, that's what I did in the beginning of my weight loss journey. Because I thought keto was just like, oh, putting your carbs like under 50 grams. Like there's medical keto, which is 80-20 keto. That's great. But for someone who's physically active, just high protein keto, I think that's fine. It still does the work. A little gluconeogenesis won't harm anyone, which is turning proteins into sugar, because gluconeogenesis is a very metabolically expensive process. So it's not a big deal if a little bit of sugar gets into your system through protein, because it's literally your body, like for your body to, it's easier your body to take glucose and use it as energy. To literally have to break down the protein, break it down into amino acids and do all that work, it's going to cost the body more calories. You only have to worry about gluconeogenesis if your goal is to stay in ketosis. Our goal, is that the dog? Our goal is weight loss. That is our goal. Some people want to stay in ketosis for medical reasons, and that's fair. But for the majority of us here, it's weight loss. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. Oh, sorry. Oh, shoot, missing. Don't delete that. Woman. Hey, Maddie. Oh my God, my voice. Sorry. I don't know what happened there. Hey, Maddie, I got excited. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to have you here. It is almost 9 o'clock there in no, it's not. It's 7 o'clock. You're in Chicago Central Time. But I'm glad to have you here. Welcome, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I'll be joining you very soon with studying for work, because I know you were studying, trying to get stuff going. I'll be studying to get myself into a new position soon, because I will not be plumbing with my broken body. So I'll be studying very soon. So if you're still doing that, I'll be here with you. I'm gonna have to find balance though with everything. I'm determined to still make YouTube work. I don't care. I'm not giving up on that. I've seen so many YouTubers do it, like working full time. I know I can do it. I'll make it work for sure. I'm too determined and stubborn not to. Demina Joe says, do you fast OMAD in the week before your period when craving usually increases? I did. And I am recommending that you not. I did. I went through it and I ruined my cycle. And I learned that from Dr. Mindy. I fixed my cycle now, I think. It's fixed. So I learned that from Dr. Mindy Pels. If you do OMAD for as long as I did it for over a year, I messed up my cycle. My cycle was coming in early and I got fibroids and I got cysts and I'm like, oh my gosh. So Dr. Mindy Pell says that a lot of women did OMAD and they put themselves into perimenopause and menopause. I ain't trying to do that in my early 30s. No bueno. Because I don't want to do that. I want to go through that when my mom did in her 50s, her late 50s. That's what I'm going to do. If you do OMAD too long, yes, that can be a problem. So what I'm learning from Dr. Mindy Pels is that week before your cycle, which is what I'm doing now, I lessen my workouts my week before my cycle. That's my rule, because I had an ovarian cyst that showed up in an MRI from my back. Like, it was an MRI from my back. I'm like, you have a 6-centimeter cyst. I'm like, that's great. We were looking at my back. So how did you see that? So that freaked me out. And then I went and had an ultrasound. I had a bunch of fibroids. Probably because I'm not in my feminine energy and I'm in constant state of flight or fight. I was researching that with Louise Hay. She says that women who struggle with that, we're not being in our elegant feminine energy because we're in survival mode. And I'm trying to get out of survival mode, which I will. So with that being said, and I think OMAD may have contributed to that, because OMAD puts you in a state of physiological stress. Dr. Mindy Pels says that week before your period, you should not be training too hard and you should not be dieting too hard. So that week before your period, don't do an OMAD. I would say do a 17-hour fast max. I believe that's what she recommended. You shouldn't be fasting more than 17 hours. And you should be eating carbohydrates because progesterone, which is the dominant hormone during that time of our cycle, likes carbs. So there's that. And you want it from nature's carbs. You just don't want to go eat a bunch of fries. She says have things like sweet potato, vegetables, any weird grains. Like there's grains from the Middle East like farro or farro, quinoa. You want to have nature's carbs to nurture the progesterone. I didn't do that, and I paid consequences with my cycle that I'm still trying to reverse. I think I reversed it. So I would highly recommend that. You got to play it out. For me, it's 5 days before my cycle. That's when I know that I can't fast. So I know my cycle pretty well because my doctor told me to track it ever since I was like 21. So I'm pretty aware of my cycle. So the 5 days before, the week before, yes. For me, it's 5 days. Like I'm right now 2 days away. So that's why I'm making sure I'm actually not working out as much. Well, maybe mostly because I busted my knees that are already busted. I talked about that earlier on in the live stream. The doctor says they're just inflamed right now. That's why I'm thinking of going back on keto and doing bodybuilder keto. But when I do bodybuilder keto, that week before my cycle, I'm going to have carbohydrates. So yeah, I did not do that in my OMAD journey, but I recommend you do your due diligence, read that chapter in Fast Like a Girl, or watch Dr. Mindy Pels' video on it because she's like the only one talking about it. No one else is. And make sure you are following her rules because you don't want to put yourself into perimenopause. So yeah, for menopausal women, it's different. I think it's 5-2 she recommends. Oops. Okay. Julie asks, have you done the 5-2 diet? How was it? No, I've never done the 5-2 diet. I want to, but I'm exercising a lot. I want to do all these diets. I want to do like a month of ADF, maybe not a month, 2 weeks of ADF. I want to do the 5-2 for a week. I do want to try all these things. Like maybe like if I'm in a situation where I can't work out and the only way I would be in that situation is probably after getting a steroid shot or an injection, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting tons of steroid shots soon. I'm just going to have to. Someone told me not to get them, but they ruined the joints. I think my knee needs one good steroid shot, and then it's not going to get one again. Just one. Because it really helped my shoulder. I got a steroid shot in my shoulder. So if I have to like not work out because of that, that's when I would try one of these diets. But no, I never tried it. I think it's good something to try. If I would do the 5-2 diet, I would do it OMAD style. So I would eat those 800 calories within a smaller eating window. There's no way I can do that throughout the day. That's hard. 800, like he has recipes in his book. I bought his book, but that's hard. It's easier with OMAD. So yeah, I haven't done it, but it would be a good diet. I think so, because it's a fast mimicking diet. Thank you for answering my question. Oh, no problem. That's what I'm here for. I want to answer people's questions, the best from my experience. And, because when you're losing weight, you want to learn from people who've done it. And you also want to, like, I wish I had this, like, to ask someone questions like this, because I didn't have, like, the people I followed, there were no live streams. They didn't do live streams. It was just videos. Like, they did Q&As, but, like, live streams like this, where you guys can just drop your questions, it's just easier that way. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little live stream here. Make sure you hit the like button. If you guys have any more questions, please answer it below. Or yeah, ask them below, not answer. And I'm just going to look at my little list here, make sure I went through everything. Yeah, you must consume your Oh, yeah. You want to see results with OMAD? Do a clean OMAD fast, okay? A clean OMAD fast. Clean. So clean OMAD fast is black coffee. And if you're going to have that black coffee, you have it as early in the morning as possible because that can mess up the weight on the scale. You're not going to have any cream. You're not going to have any stevia. But what you can have is lemon. Squeeze lemon. Don't buy lemon juice. Just squeeze it yourself. Buy some lemons or limes. You're going to make sure you have your electrolytes. You can take your vitamins during a clean OMAD fast. I took fish oil. It didn't affect me because it's fish oil, and it was 25 calories. But if you want an honest OMAD fast, you can. But I did it and it didn't mess up my fast because I had to take fish oil for my headaches and stuff. I was taking fish oil, vitamin B2, coenzyme Q10, a multivitamin, vitamin D. But I was told it's best to take vitamin D with food and fish oil with food. But I was taking that in the morning. But now I've you want to take those vitamins with food. But you can take certain vitamins in the morning that you don't need to take with food. So the ones I mentioned, the vitamin D is an inorganic, but that's not the term I want to use. But the B vitamins, multivitamins, be careful though. With some people, you might get nausea with multivitamins. You have to feel it out. I definitely took vitamin C every morning. I took 5,000 milligrams. I got to get back to that because everyone is sick and I cannot afford to be sick. Because if I get sick, my whole thoracic spine will freeze up and I don't need to go through that. It took my chiropractor 2 months to get my spine to move again. Because when I was sick, I couldn't exercise. Literally, if I'm in the bed or I'm not active, I can only take a day off at a time. If I am not active for 5 consecutive days, my injuries will freak out and my spine will seize up. That's why I have to go to the gym. That's what someone that doesn't understand in my life. Why do you go to the gym for 3 hours? Because that's how long it takes and I enjoy it. When someone's like, why do you work out? Someone's like, I work out an hour and a half, 6 days a week. Why do you work out so much? Well, why don't you work out enough? Leave us alone. We like to be at the gym. Leave us alone, okay? Even Sam Sulik says he thinks it's a waste of time for someone going in that long. Leave us alone. We like the gym, okay? But yeah, if you want to do an honest, clean OMAD fast, you can have your multivitamins. Make sure you have your electrolytes clean. No stevia, no xylitol, no cream. Have your teas. The holly plant tea that I had it had 4 calories in it, but it didn't mess me up because that holly plant tea is actually a weight loss tea and gives you energy. But that's how you do an honest OMAD fast. Clean. You want results, go clean. Because when you go clean, you put yourself in a state of not spiking that blood sugar. You put yourself more in a state of ketosis. Not ketosis. Well, ketosis too. But autophagy is what I wanted to say. Because autophagy is what we're running for here. Because autophagy is what's going to correct our body from always being hungry all the time. It's going to correct our satiety signals. It's going to, correct our blood sugar levels via cleaning up the mitochondria. Sorry, there's a cop going by. I live on a main street here, so that was a bit loud. There, so it's important. If you really want to see results like that, do an honest OMAD fast like that. No cream in your coffee. And if you really want to see results with OMAD, keto OMAD or low carb OMAD, keep your carbs 20 to 30 grams if you want to see that fat come off. Just do it for a couple weeks. You don't have to do it forever. You might like it like me and just do it for months on end. And then, because it's easy. Keto OMAD is very easy. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any questions. But I'm going to head out. I'm so glad you guys showed up for this live stream. So sorry I pushed it back. I had to sleep. I can hear my neck cracking right now. It's disgusting. But I got to go to the gym tomorrow. I took a day off today because I was a bit emotionally overwhelmed. But it's okay. Fall one day, we get back up and pick ourselves back up. But thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for a video. Take care. Have a good evening. Bye.